Hi, let's talk a little bit about the Steam Deck today and why I'm not using it as much as I would like to use it. The Steam Deck is actually a fantastic device. So Valve did something amazing. They turned a computer, a PC, into a console handheld, and they made it almost hassle-free to install PC games on your console or on your handheld and not think about it and just go ahead and play your games. So that's actually a fantastic progression, and they did something amazing there. So I really love that idea, and I also really love the idea that you can just purchase your games on a platform like Steam, and that you have your free online, that you don't have to pay extra to play online like you have to with other consoles and closed ecosystems. So I feel that Steam is much more of an open ecosystem than, let's say, especially Nintendo Switch or the Xbox or PlayStation. So yeah, where you have to pay the extra money just to go online. So in that way, I think that having a Steam Deck or having Steam games opens a lot more possibilities, and it feels more like you own the games, and contrary to other platforms. So that gives something, it gives a better feeling of ownership having Steam games than games on other platforms. So in that fashion, I think the Steam Deck is an amazing device. It's also very portable. It's great. So you have a lot of possibility there. So the trackpads are a nice addition here. So you can play a lot of PC games on it. Of course, you probably already know this. So it's an amazing device. But for some reason, I'm not using it very much, and I'm going to try to explain why I'm not using it that much. So the first day I got the Steam Deck, I tried to install all the emulators on it. I'm not very familiar with Linux, so it did take me some time. Then I wanted to install GamePass on it, but apparently that wasn't possible. So what I did was I took an SD card, installed the Windows on it, and had then a dual boot for the Steam Deck. And then I could start Windows whenever I wanted and play Game Pass games. But again, that was also not hassle-free, so the controllers weren't recognized immediately. So I had to figure things out for that. And it was kind of difficult. Usually when I just want to play a game, I just want to pick up something and just start playing. And that wasn't really the case when you want to use Game Pass on this device. Now I do have one Steam purchase here, xbPlay I believe it's called, and that's actually an app that I bought on the Steam store where I can just connect to my Xbox and or play my Game Pass games online, but I'm not able to install them directly here in Linux and play them that way. That's a bit unfortunate, but anyway, they gave me a little bit of feeling that I was constantly tinkering with the device instead of playing with it, and that made me not pick it up as much as I would like to pick it up and play with it. So if I want to de-stress, I would just rather pick up my Xbox controller or a small handheld device I can just pick up and play whatever game that I wanted to play on it, instead of tinkering and getting more stressed and only then start playing the games that I wanted. So of course you can just also use the Steam Deck and as is and install Steam games on it, and I think that's the best use case for this device if you just want a hassle-free environment. But that's something that I just didn't expect, and if I would repurchase a Steam Deck now, I would definitely just stay on the Steam side, and I would just only install, or mostly just install, Steam games on it, so that I would stay hassle-free. So that's one point I would like to discuss. And then another point that I also want to talk about are the ergonomics. So a lot of people really love the ergonomics of the Steam Deck, and I can see why. I think a lot of PC games can be played very well here on here with the trackpads, but also the very easily reachable sticks and D-pad and the buttons. So the ergonomics may be very good for a lot of people, but for me, I like to play a lot of games where where reaction speed is important, and button combinations, fast button combinations like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, or where you have to use two sticks at the same time, like Descenders. And then for some reason I have the feeling that the Steam Deck tends to slide out of my hands for some reason. So and in order to counter that, I have to pressure the Steam Deck and make sure it doesn't slide out of it. While when I have a regular Xbox controller or a PlayStation 5 controller, I can just rest it in my pinky and my ring finger. I can just rest them underneath like this. I can just rest them here, but that's very difficult with the Steam Deck because reaching the top buttons then gets a bit more difficult, and when you play a long time on the Steam Deck, it's a little bit difficult for me personally. So that's why I'd rather grab an Xbox or a PlayStation 5 controller. And I work mostly from home, and I am most of the time at home. So it's easier to play on the TV. And so what I did, I bought a docking station to dock the Steam Deck and connect it to my TV. And because like I said, I really love the Steam ecosystem, and I was thinking, let me just buy my games on Steam, because at a certain time there's going to come a Steam Deck 2 that's going to be more powerful, but I will also be able to take my old games with me to that new Steam Deck and have improved graphics. So that's something that we don't have with Xbox or PlayStation. Anytime a new version comes out, we have to pay extra to get your graphics updates, and that's something that probably won't be necessary when you get a new Steam Deck, because you just upgrade your PC specs. So that's an important reason why I would just prefer to buy my games on Steam and just play them via the Steam Deck on TV. But you know, okay, graphic wise, it's a little bit less than a regular Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5. But for some reason, I did have some docking issues as well. So for some reason, when I use my docking station, I start the Steam Deck up, I turn on the TV. I had situations where I had a black picture or no sound, and I had to turn devices off and on, and so I noticed that the problem may have been the docking station, because I have to be honest in it, the docking station that I had was not, or what I have is not an official docking station, so maybe that's the problem. But for some reason, playing on the Steam Deck, for me personally, hasn't always been hassle-free, and that's why I think I'm not always grabbing the Steam Deck, even though I want to love it, even though I think it's a fantastic device. I usually tend to grab an Xbox controller or a PlayStation 5 controller and play my games on TV, or if I'm not doing that, I would rather grab a retro handheld, like just simply a 3DS or just a Retroid Pocket device, and play on that. But nevertheless, like I said, I think it's a fantastic device, and maybe you guys can give me some tips on how I can enjoy the Steam Deck even more. So I would really love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? And can you guys give me perhaps some tips? Or do you guys have the same issues with the Steam Deck as I have? So please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye bye.